أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everyone to today's class. I hope and pray that you are all doing very well, inshallah. So let's move on to the lesson. Okay. What we're looking at is combining, okay? But combining with a tashdeed. So last week it was with a spoon, but this time it's combining with a tashdeed, okay? So let's have a look at what that is, okay? So over here in the circle, we've got a couple of letters, okay? And we need to know and then where the combining is happening. But for that, we need to remind ourselves of some of the things that we've learned previously, okay? So this scene over here, okay, this is a mutaharrik letter, okay, and we've learned this. The reason why this is a mutaharrik letter is because it carries a stroke on top of it, okay. The scene carries a dhamma, so it's a mutaharrik letter. A quick reminder, in Arabic, so mutaharrik is an Arabic word, okay, and that translates in English as a vowel letter, okay. So this scene is a vowel letter because it has a stroke, the dhamma, okay, that's a stroke. So the scene is a vowel or mutaharrik letter. Now next to the scene, there is a jim, okay, and this is a jim mushaddad, okay. And the reason for this is on top of this jim, you can see a sign, okay? It looks a bit like a W, okay? And this is a shadda, okay? So because this jim carries a shadda on top of it, I can refer to this jim as a mushaddad jim, okay? Or a jim mushaddad, okay? Because it carries this shadda sign. This sign on top, that W sign, is called a shadda, okay? Now this is where the combining will take place, okay? So this sign that I've been talking about, this W sign, this shadda, it causes the joining, okay? The combining of letters, okay? Now what letter do we combine it with? So the rule is that the mushaddad letter, so this jim mushaddad, will join the most previous or most recent mutaharrik letter. So that means I need to look at the letter before, okay? So in this case, it's the scene. And then I need to check, does it carry a stroke? Is it a mutaharrik letter? Well, yes, it has a dhamma on top of it. So yes, this is a mutaharrik letter. So that means I need to join and combine the scene and the jim together, okay? So I will join these two letters together. And when I join these two letters together, it's very important that I press on this jim letter, okay? So when I glue this jim, this scene with the jim, I need to hear that stickiness, okay? That gluing of the two letters together. So I would read it as suji, okay? I will say the scene sound, and then I will join it, combine it, okay? Glue it to the jim, okay? So I will read it as sujirat, okay, and I'm making sure when I say the jim mushaddad, I am pressing on the j sound, okay? I'm not saying, I'm not reading it quickly like sujirat, okay? I need to join that word together. Sujirat, okay? All right, let's move on. Over here, I have another word, okay? Let's see if I can have a participant to help me. Let's have GB1621. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah, that's great to hear. Okay, over here, can you see this word?
Yeah.
Can you identify the mushaddad letter?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Look at this on top of sod. Under vertical fatha.
Fantastic. There's a vertical fatha and then there is a shadda, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is a sad mushaddad, okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well done. Okay. So if you just stay on the line, and then I will ask you a few more questions. So you're right, this is the shadda letter. And now I've already shown you on here, the most previous mutaharrik letter is this lam, okay? What sign does this lam carry?
Dhamma.
A dhamma, fantastic, well done. Okay, so again, our mutaharrik letter is this lam, okay? And we've, as you identified, we've got a mushaddad swad over here, so fantastic. Okay, and remember the rule is that the mushaddad letter needs to join the previous, so the most recent letter before it, that is a mutaharrik letter that carries a sign, okay? So this lam over here, is this a mutaharrik letter?
There's lam.
Yeah, this lam over here on where you can see the arrow, is that a mutaharrik letter?
No, it's a blank
No.
letter.
It's a blank letter, fantastic. It's not a mutaharrik letter because there's no stroke on top or below it, yeah? Fantastic, well done. What about this alif?
Wait, that's also blank.
Blank, so is this a mutaharrik letter, yes or no?
No, and also the one next to it is also blank and it's not mutaharrik.
Fantastic, well done. And what about this vowel here?
That's also blank.
Fantastic, well done. What about this lam?
That is mutaharrik.
Fantastic. So what do you think we will do with all these blank letters?
You just ignore them.
Fantastic, well done. Okay, because they are blank letters, because they don't have any sign to tell us how we need to read them, we are simply going to ignore them. Okay, so in essence, what's going to happen is this swad, okay, this tashdeed swad, okay, this swad mushaddad is going to join the previous mutaharrik letter, which is none of these four letters that you just said are not mutaharrik. It's this lam, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this lam and this swad are going to combine together, okay?
Yeah.
So I will read it as Amilu Salihati. Can you repeat that after me?
Amilu Solihat.
Fantastic, well done, really, really good. Remember just one thing, when you join the lam and the sad, so the mutaharrik letter with the sad mushaddad, okay, remember you need to press on that sad letter, okay? So you wouldn't read it quickly, you need to literally glue the lam and the sad letter together really strongly, okay? So listen to the time I take when I join the lam and the sad, okay? Lusor, can you hear? I'm making this sound. I'm joining the two, combining the two letters, okay? Lusor, can you say that?
Luso. Okay. Luso.
Fantastic. Let's say that once more all together. I'll say it first and then you say it, okay? Amilu Salihati.
Amilu Solihati.
Fantastic. Well done. Jazakallah for your participation. Okie dokes. So I'm going to join the lam and the swad exactly how you've done that, okay? So Amilu Salihati. Okay, very important that I press on that swad sound, okay? And the reason I do that is because the swad carries this tashdeed, okay? And because of that, I need to press on that swad sound, okay? And I ignore all the letters in between, okay? So in summary, a mushaddad letter is a letter that carries a shadda, so that W looking sign, okay, and it sits on top of a letter always. The mushaddad sign sits on top of a letter. The next thing to remember is that you need to join it with a mutaharrik letter, okay? Remember, a mutaharrik letter is a letter that carries a stroke, okay? So you've identified your mushaddad letter, then the next thing is you need to identify your mutaharrik letter, your vowel letter, okay? And then you join those two letters together. The mushaddad letter joins to the most recent mutaharrik letter, the letter that carries a stroke, okay? And when you see a mushaddad letter, work back. Okay, so identify a mushaddad letter first, and then go backwards and identify your voweled letter. Okay, that's the easiest way to make sure that you are combining the two correct letters. Okay, so you join those two letters together, and if you've got any letters in between which carry no sign, that means they are not a mutaharrik letter, and you simply ignore them. Okay, so in short, if you see a mushaddad letter, join it to the most recent mutaharrik letter and ignore all the letters in between that are not mutaharrik, that have no sign on top or below it. Okay, so as we just had a look at the previous word, okay, so I ignore all the blank letters and I joined the mushaddad letter, which was the Sad mushaddad, with the previous, so the letter before that is a mutaharrik letter, which is this lam with a dhamma, and this Sad mushaddad. Okay. Oh. And this is exactly the same rule that we did previously. I think it was last Monday, where we looked at combining with a sukoon. Okay, so if I just show you an example as well. So over here, we've got combining happening in both cases. Okay, so if we look at this first bit here, we've got a sakin letter. Okay, so I've got a lam sakin. Okay, and that joins the most previous mutaharrik letter, which is the ghain. Okay, and I ignore all the letters in between. So I would read this as ghul. Exact same thing happening in today's lesson, but this time instead of a sukoon, we've got a tashdeed. Okay, so this tashdeed letter will join the most previous mutaharrik letter, which is this lam, and I will ignore all the other blank letters, and I would read it as lussa. Okay,